What's up, nerds? It's your boy Nerd E News here. So this is a bit of a different kind of video. Instead of me reading an article, this is more of a discussion piece, a think piece. I have my face in the cam, I know, uh, but I have no articles. I haven't. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I haven't been reading any articles as of lately, and I haven't been making any kind of scripts, essays ish type of articles. I mean, things for my videos, I guess. But I want to talk about how creativity in gaming needs to come back. So this is going to be very nitpicky. I want people to understand that now. And the only reason why is because this is to further prove my point. I'm going to be fully transparent with you guys. I'm not going to sit here and lead you guys on. I'm not going to lead you guys astray. And I'm also not going to deal with people who are going to sit there and say this is nitpicky. When, yes, it is nitpicky. And there's a reason for why this is very nitpicky, which I will elaborate on later. So, creativity in gaming needs to come back. I feel like in the recent times, gaming and creativity have kind of separated. Mainly due to the fact that now gaming is getting so big, gaming is making a lot of money, and a lot of people, for the most part, can access gaming. It's a easy, not really get rich quick scheme. I'm not going to say that because if you're an indie developer, obviously it's going to be a lot harder because you have these heavy hitters that you have to compete with, especially if you're inspired by these games. But if you're starting games, you should do them for fun and because you like them. Keep the creative aspect. This is mainly talking about these bigger companies like Call of Duty, or Call of Duty is in the company, but the company that makes Call of Duty is what I mean. 2K, all this other stuff, right? So recently, I downloaded Call of Duty Black Ops 7, right, to play zombies with my partner. And there was so many. It almost felt as if you was logging in to a computer. No bullshit. Okay, so um, what I mean is when you first start up Black Ops 7, or and I don't know if this has been the way for all Call of Duty games. The last Call of Duty game I played was like I played that I liked was Black Ops 2. But before that it was I don't even know. I don't even remember because I played it with my cousin and we were playing zombies. Zombies is I mean my favorite game mode with Call of Duty, right? But I had got it back because me and my partner, I was telling my partner how I wanted to play zombies with somebody and I like the local stuff. I don't really like playing a lot of online games. But then I started up log into your account. Then you have to log into another person's account, which her account was not on my Xbox. So we had to log in fully on her account, and then she had to make Activision. I forgot. I'll put if I said the wrong name. I'll put the company here. We had to make an account, and I'm just like, this don't feel like gaming. Like, yeah, when you get into the game, obviously it feels like gaming, but this is very business like. They keep your information throughout servers instead of just Xbox name. Okay, boom, you can play on your Xbox account. Let's go. You have to make a separate account. I'm like, mm. Now y'all may be like, well, what does this have to do with creativity? What does this have to do with all? What does this have to do with creativity? Because these companies are not pioneering, but they're still paving the way for these other indie developers and these smaller creators. And when you see games, at least when I see games, Call of Duty, 2K, all these live service games, which live service is in its own a different realm because they literally could either fall or be as big as Fortnite, which is rare. But you see all these, and then you have these heavy hitters, and then you look at this and you think that this is what the gamer wants. You think that this is what the gamer wants, and in reality, it's not. But because, and I will admit, I played Call of Duty yesterday online. I will admit it is easy, quick, fun, dopamine rush. But after that, all right, That's it. It's maybe bonding time with the homies, with your partner if you and your lover play the game together. But it's that's it. And to me, that doesn't really feel like gaming. And this goes back to in I was after I got done playing Call of Duty, I got my Steam Deck and I played Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. Now, I do love RPGs, okay? I do love JRPGs. I'm a RPG fanatic. But outside of that, I also played Hell is Us a couple of days ago. These games felt fun to me. These games felt creative to me. They felt I guess you could say innovative. Hell is Us follows more of like a old style type of gaming construct, in my opinion, where it doesn't tell you so much. It lets you as the player figure out your next move, your next path, how you're going to continue the story, and stuff like that. But the combat to me is fun in that game. I'm not gonna lie, the combat to me is fun. But these games scream to me creativity. These games scream to me ambition. But the sad truth is, a lot of people don't play them. Now, things like Persona and stuff obviously have a big fan base because they've been going on for years and years and years, right? But even then, these games are still locked into a niche. But I think the thing is not that fact that these games are locked into a niche. I believe that creativity has not spiked in gaming for a while. Now I know I'm saying this a lot, and y'all are like, "Well, you're not providing any examples besides Call of Duty and 2K." We have GTA, we have Call of Duty, we have 2K. We have the FPSs. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say in one of my videos before, when I was like giving an example, I was like single player FPSs, and there is this whole thing about why there's such an override of single player games. But I am going to just put my little 2 cents here because I feel like I'm going to make that a separate video on its own. I believe the reason why so many people want single player games is because it invites creativity. Single player games are very, very creative. I'm not saying that it's hard to make a creative multiplayer game that you can play amongst your friends and with a plethora of people that you don't know, with strangers. But look at Marathon. Marathon, right, is a fun extraction shooter, but at the same time, with its vibrant colors, its different like story construct or its different story concept and everything like that, people still aren't talking about that game a lot. People are not playing that game as much as they thought they were when the hype before, when it was getting really, really hyped up before it was released. Had to get my sentence structure right. I believe that is the main reason why a lot of people play single player games or want single player games, because they invite creativity. But creativity has been so hard. I believe part of the reason why creativity is not that incentivized, these layoffs, right? So many companies are getting laid off. You imagine putting so many people are getting laid off from these companies. Imagine putting your blood, sweat, and tears into your passion project, your passion piece, right? And you think this is the Mona Lisa of gaming, right? You think that this is you're putting your all into it, and then it doesn't hit the marker, and then you get fucking laid off. You get fucking laid off, right? You exhaust your abilities, you exhaust your team's abilities, and then the company's like, bitch, we didn't hit a profit margin. Now, obviously, it's a company. Okay, at the end of the day, business is still going to take place with these companies. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not sitting here defending, because if y'all have watched my previous videos, I have said time and time and time and time again that these layoffs to me are pretty stupid. But I will at the same time say that this is a company, and business will do business things, business like things. Okay, so take with that what you will. But creativity is not incentivized. New stories are not incentivized. Now, I'm not just saying this because I like literature, and I'm not just saying this because I like RPGs, but also I think the issue comes into play that there are not enough story writers into gaming. Now, before you be like, what do you mean by that? Gaming to me is one of the mediums that it suffers the most from not having a lot of people come up with new story concepts. I don't mean one of one, no one's ever thought about it, no one's ever thought about the themes like nature versus man or technology versus nature or anything like that. I'm not talking about stuff like that, right? Because at the end of the day, humans as people, we have thought about so much. Our thoughts all are similar to some degree, so it's not about making something someone has never ever thought about before, but it's about making something so uniquely that game, right? There are a plethora of let's say the Dynasty Warrior effect. Okay, I love Dynasty Warrior personally, but I also understand why people do not like Dynasty Warrior. It's a hack and slash game, a historical fiction game, and basically repetitive, right? It's 1,000+ men. You're one man. You're going through that army. You feel me? You're doing all that shit. But the game doesn't, from a from the point that I'm trying to prove, the game doesn't feel creative, right? It's telling a story. It's getting you into this historical part. While some things may be exaggerated, but this historical part. But we all know a lot of gamers ain't playing Dynasty Warriors because they want to learn about Chinese history, right? Like, and it's not saying that some people don't. It personally, it got me interested into Chinese history personally. But that doesn't mean that everybody that plays the game and picks up Dynasty Warriors is like, no, I want to go learn about the Ming Dynasty. Like, no, I want to go see. No one, like, a lot of people aren't doing it. But I call it the Dynasty Warrior effect because while these games may be fun, the formula that they're following is repetitive and not creative. Call of Duty follows the Dynasty Warrior effect. And I will honestly say that Dynasty Warrior is probably what kickstarted, and maybe some games before, maybe a little bit of hack and slashes before that. But Dynasty Warrior is, in my opinion, kind of what kickstarted this, right? Not trying to hate on them though. Not trying to hate. I love Dynasty Warrior. Okay, please, please. Um, but then let's say you get a hack and slash like Devil May Cry. You get a hack and slash like God of War, older God of War. The newer God of War, I would say, is more story based action, RPG like. Um, but DMC God of War are innovative, creative ways to do things. I believe that there can be innovative and creative ways to do things, even if it follows the same concept. Even if the concept, because after as a gamer, if you, especially if you have a exquisite palette, I don't want to use that word because that makes it sound like some people ain't real gamers. But if you have a diverse palette of, my bad y'all for the interruption, that low key just got me out my flow state. Anyways, back to what I was saying. These games, you can make innovative games, right? And if you have a diverse palette, you are gonna like, some things are gonna be repetitive. Some things are gonna be, oh yeah, we some things you're going to kind of expect or kind of be like, I kind of seen that, I called it, but that's not bad necessarily. It's just, you played a lot of games, but storyboarding, or going back, not storyboarding, story writing, going back to that initial point, I believe it is because there's not enough story writers, right? Um, at the end of the day, story is what personally, or not personally, wrong choice of words, is what makes a game as well. Now, obviously, there's people who may hold uh different values into what makes a game, right? Is it fun? Uh, is it fun, controls, and then story? I mean, is it fun, controls, and then story, or is it story, fun, control, so on and so forth? And in my honest opinion, At first, I used to be like, a story is what really makes a good game. But I've played games that haven't had the best story, but I've had so much fun with them. For example, Beast and Reincarnation, I'm on what everybody else is saying. Like, the story may not be the best, but I love the combat in that game. Like that, but in that game, and I would recommend people to play the game because of the combat. Like, I would, even if you have played Final Fantasy VII or anything that has that similar combat, go ahead. Expedition 33, great story, but Expedition 33 does everything great: story, music, combat. While it may be basic in terms of RPG standards, it's still fun nonetheless, and it is challenging, right? I think that it's all collaborative. It all makes it good. A great game has a good story and good controls. And when I mean controls, I mean like fun, right? So I guess when I did that thing, that list, it was basically fun and fun. But basically, what I mean by, like, how accessibly fun is it, right? Is it fun to everybody, or is it fun to a select few? And that can also be debated, right? Because Expedition 33 was definitely not fun to the haters who wants this turn-based slop. And it's like, I mean, it's a good game. It's a great game, actually. It's a great game. Um, but X, but what separates these good games from great games is when everything is good and that encompasses great. Okay, that makes great. Um, but it's also okay to make a good game. There's nothing wrong with a good game. But I do think that a lot of the time, because there's not a lot of people in the gaming space who specifically write for games, and writing for games is so much different, obviously, than writing for a movie or writing a book. But there's not so many people in the space who write for games. It's hard to kind of not recycle some things. It's hard to not kind of, like, I see a new wave of games that are coming out that are finna be like, that are kind of like Deathloop, right? Or basically games where if you die it rewinds and all this other stuff. There's going to always be these trends in anything, especially when it comes down to digital media. There's always going to be these trends. There's always going to be a trend. um for a moment we were in a live service trend when Fortnite came out, and for a moment we were in a MOBA trend when League of Legends, when League of Legends was very, very heavy, and it still does have a very competitive and gaming sphere. But like Pokemon Unite, there were so many games. I think I just seen a game on that Play Store that's like an anime like MOBA game, right? Um, there's always going to be these trends, but I believe that creativity in gaming is gone because we don't, one, have story writers. Two, these big companies are not allowing or not showing people that it's okay. And now you could say, is it up to these big companies to do that? And partially, yes. I'm not going to say fully. I believe, yes, as an independent artist, as an independent developer, you still should do what you want. You still should make what you want. But these big companies also know that a lot of people pay attention to them. A lot of people are waiting to watch what they drop. So when you're dropping same shooter 2.0, same shooter 3.0, same shooter 4.0, same sport game, so on and so forth, same hack and slash, and I'm not hating no Dynasty Wars. I'm just saying, like, it's same games as your. I'm just using the title, same action game, same whatever. It makes it hard to find very, very, very creative games. Um, so let me know what you guys think. This is just, again, a discussion piece. This was all off the top of my head. Let me know what you guys think. This video will definitely be up today. Uh, Sorry that I haven't gone. Like I said, in the beginning of this video, I haven't been really reading no articles. I haven't been keeping up with it. Mainly just school and life stuff. For real, I'm doing college stuff. And then I have some like side projects on the side. Obviously, I have some personal projects on the side that I'm working on. So, which I'll probably, even though they don't really pertain to gaming, I'll probably talk about them later down the road on this channel. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, how you guys feel. I can't promise y'all when I'm gonna make another article video. I may look at some articles today. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna release a video today, though. That means I might just look at articles today. But if an article catches my eye, like even if it's just one article, I probably will make a video today and just upload it today or schedule it for to upload tomorrow or something like that. Also, I'm gonna do some more indie game reviews. You got even though I didn't get like any likes or anything like that, the views, you guys went crazy. I got like 20 views and then I had got one like. I don't know if I have any more views, but I had 20 views and I got one like. So it shows that some people may actually be a little bit interested in those. And I'm always wanting to put people on to newer things that maybe they haven't heard of or seen. So definitely going to continue the indie game review things. I like them personally. Um, I don't know if I'm going to start doing more than 3. I might do 4, I might do 5. I don't know. Don't know yet. All a work in progress. All a work in progress. Um, but yeah, I love y'all, man. Nerdy news out. Uh, yeah, let me know y'all opinion.